My name is Detective Pierce. People usually call me when things have already gone too far. By the time I'm brought in, the blood has dried, the silence has settled, and the truth is buried deep, under lies, under fear, under something worse. This time, it wasn't a city alley or a backroom in some industrial sprawl. This time, it was the Artemis Dawn, a luxury cruise liner drifting across the Atlantic, supposedly carrying nothing but rich families, sunburned tourists, and endless champagne. And one missing person, Elena Lindholm, 26 years old, heiress, gone without a trace in international waters. The Lindholms wanted it quiet, private. I was hired under the radar, booked onto the ship under the name Mr. Green, a novelist researching maritime psychology. It was a good enough lie. People open up when they think you're harmless, but I wasn't here to write fiction. I was here to find out what happened to a woman who vanished between 2 points in the ocean, without setting off a single alarm. Her cabin was number 827. Immaculate. Too immaculate. Shoes aligned, bed untouched. On the desk, a small notebook, mostly blank pages. But one stood out. He stands behind the mirrored glass. He never blinks. The cabin had a mirror. Normal size. Nothing odd at first glance. But the longer I looked, the more it seemed off. The glass had a faint ripple. Barely noticeable, but enough to unsettle me. Like it was watching back. I questioned the steward assigned to that floor. His response was measured. She was quiet, he said, polite. But she didn't sleep much. Always out on the deck at night, just watching the ocean. I reviewed the corridor footage. Elena entered her cabin at 11:06 p.m. She never exited. At 3:13 a.m., the hallway camera glitched. 2 minutes of static. When it returned, her door was ajar. Inside, nothing. That same moment, the ship's stabilizers had triggered an unexpected correction. No weather disturbances. No mechanical faults. No explanation. Then came the conversation with her brother, Isaac Lindholm. Calm. Too calm. She was unstable, he said. We tried to help her. Maybe she just stepped off. People do. Was she hearing things? Seeing things? No, he replied, a little too quickly. Just odd dreams. I asked if she mentioned any music. He blinked. What hymn? He asked. I never mentioned a hymn. The captain didn't like me asking questions. That's always a sign you're in the right place. We've had disappearances before, he said, standing in his polished office beneath framed portraits of calm seas. But not like this. Not someone with that surname. He poured himself a drink. Not for me. That's fine. I don't drink when I'm working. I asked to see the engine logs from the night of the disappearance. He hesitated. Told me the chief engineer was handling a pressure anomaly below deck. Another dead end. Or maybe not. Before heading down, I stopped at the observation deck, where Elena supposedly stood night after night. The sea stretched out forever. No land. No birds. Just a flat horizon and wind that sounded a little too much like whispering. I watched the crowd from a distance. Tourists playing games, couples taking selfies, crew members smiling too wide. And then, for just a second, I saw her. A woman in white. Long black hair, barefoot. She stood by the railing, staring at me. Then the ship rocked slightly, and she was gone. I wasn't alone. Below deck smelled like rust, salt, and damp regret. The engineer was a twitchy man named Fowler. He kept looking over his shoulder, as if expecting someone else to speak for him. I told the captain not to go through that corridor again, he muttered. What corridor? He didn't answer directly. Just handed me a map, one that didn't match the official ship blueprint. This version had something different, a narrow passage labeled Service Shaft 4B, running parallel to passenger cabins on Deck 8. Elena's deck. No cameras. No crew assigned. Sealed off 2 years ago, Fowler whispered. Why? Because it started echoing. Even when empty. I found the access hatch behind a cleaning closet. Rusted. Cold. Inside. Total blackness, save for the flashlight in my hand. The passage was tight, walls breathing with every motion of the ship. Pipes above. Cables below. After about 30 feet, I found the mirror. It was embedded into the wall like it had grown there. No frame, just smooth surface, like melted glass. And it was warm. not room temperature. Warm like breath. Written across it in faint condensation. She's not the first. I stepped back, checked my recorder. Dead, batteries full, but it refused to turn on. That's when I heard it, faint humming, like a child's voice. Then a knock, from inside the mirror. I left quickly. That night, another passenger vanished. His name was Graham Yates, 59, retired naval officer. Disappeared from cabin 825, 2 doors down from Elena's. Same glitch on the camera. Same open door at 3:13 a.m. Same ripple in the mirror. But this time, there was something new. On the bed, a small music box, brass, slightly rusted. It played a slow, distorted lullaby. I opened it. Inside, strands of black hair, not Graham's, and a scrap of paper. He only walks when we sleep. I reported everything to the captain. He suggested I take a rest and consider returning on the next port stop. I declined. The ship is hiding something old, and I have one night left to uncover it, before he comes walking again, at 3:13. I didn't sleep that night, not after what I saw. Instead, I sat in cabin 827, Elena's room, now sealed off, but not to me. I brought the mirror with me, the small one she kept on her desk. It had the same shimmer as the one in the service shaft. I'd seen mirrors like that before. Once in Prague, once in Barrow, Alaska, always near disappearances. 3 a.m. I sat still, listening. 3:08. A hum began, distant, like someone humming through water. The light in the bathroom flickered. 3:12. A soft creak, like footsteps just outside the door. 3:13. Silence. Then the mirror began to fog. Not from my breath. I was holding it away from me. Letters appeared slowly, one after another. We all slept. That was when the bed groaned. Not the frame, the mattress, like someone settling into it. But I could see it. No one was there. Until I blinked, and she was. Elena. Lying still. Eyes open. Her mouth slowly moving. Not breathing. Just mouthing something over and over. I leaned in, and heard her whisper, even though she didn't speak. They ring the bell, to open the way. Then she vanished. No smoke. No fade. Just gone. But on the pillow, left behind, a rusted ship's bell. Cracked. Etched with strange symbols. Not Latin, not Greek. Something older. It rang once. Soft, but sharp enough to make my teeth ache. Then everything went black. I came to in the engine room. Someone had dragged me here. Fowler stood nearby, holding a lantern. You weren't supposed to find that, he said, not surprised to see me awake. He pulled a tarp off a section of the floor. Underneath, metal scorched black, symbols scratched into the deck. A ritual circle. Ancient. I told them we couldn't sail until it was sealed again, he muttered. But the line wanted to launch. Said the PR fallout wasn't worth the delay. What is this? He stared into the shadows. They found the bell during a retrofit. Buried behind steel plating in an old dry dock. Should have left it buried. Elena? She heard it. Like the others. Started sleepwalking. Same time, every night. Said she was dreaming of the sea swallowing her. And the others? Some came back, different. Some didn't come back at all. The lights flickered. Fowler turned pale. It's too late. You rang it. The bell was in my hand. I didn't remember picking it up. But it rang again. Once. Twice. Then silence. The ship groaned, metal bending in unnatural ways. The walls pulsed, not with movement, but with breath. Fowler screamed, backing away from the circle. Shapes began to form in the smoke rising from the floor. Human-shaped, but too tall, too thin, and eyeless. One of them stepped forward. It wore the face of Elena. Then it shed the face, like paper peeling off in water, revealing a gaping, endless dark. That was enough. I threw the bell into the flames beneath the grate. A shriek filled the room, like every passenger on board screaming at once. The circle glowed, then cracked. The entity lunged, but it missed. The floor gave out beneath it, sucking it down into a pit of its own making. Darkness swallowing darkness. The lights stabilized. The ship was still. Fowler had passed out, but I was standing, and the bell was gone. We docked the next morning. Several missing passengers returned. No memory of the missing nights. No wounds. No explanations. The company buried the story, paid people off, said it was a temporary communication failure, but I kept the mirror. And when I checked it back home, just once, it still shimmered, and the fog spelled only one word. Next,